tax sources of taxable income. So, in Kenya, taxable income can arise from various sources, and one of them is employment income. Then, employment income includes what? Salaries, wages, bonuses, allowances, and other form of compensation that is received by an individual from their employment. Anything that is received from the employment, that's an employment income. So employers, they are required to deduct what? Employer deduct seti mtu anakupea mshahara alafu unaenda unajilipia tax. Okay? Anakukata, anakulipia. This pay is deducted every month from the payroll. And then it is submitted to the KRA office on 9th of the subsequent month. So we have business and professional income. Income generating from operating a business or providing professional services. So operating a business, you know the kind of businesses that we have. We also have professional services. If you are an accountant and then you set up an accounting firm, your client will be paying you, isn't it? That's a professional income, or a lawyer, or an engineer. Okay? Those are professional services. Or even in engaging in self-employment activity, those are taxable incomes. Okay? So it includes profits from sole proprietorships or partnership or any business entity. Then we have rental income. Rental income, it is the income that is earned from renting out residential or commercial properties. So it is taxable. So landlords, they must declare their rental income and may deduct allowable expenses related to the property and the management. Is it to So whatever the income landlord amepata hii mwezi anaandika. Then we have dividends. Dividends. So the shareholders, they receive dividends from companies in which they hold the shares. So these dividends, they are subject to withholding tax. So when you become a shareholder, you invest in a company, you become a shareholder, you will be entitled to dividends. Okay? At the end of the year, the company declares dividends. So if you compare dividend, the one is at 2,000, you have to pay what we call withholding tax. Okay? And when you receive the dividends, we have said these are subject to withholding. Now this one, how it comes, withholding tax. They don't give you the money and then you go and pay the tax. Okay? The company that is giving you the dividends, you know, withholding tax, deduct nyinyi moja inatuma Kenya. So ukitumia 2,000 zako ziko less 5% withholding tax. So we have interest income. Interest, if you have some money you have deposited in a bank. Sasa ukiweka pesa huko, see they get interest. That interest is subject to a tax. So interest earned from bank deposits, fixed deposits, bonds, and other interest-bearing investment is taxable. So if you put money in a bank, maybe a fixed deposit or just a normal bank deposit, if you have bonds, debenture holders, they get debenture interest. Okay? So in case of the bank. These institutions, these also subject to withholding tax. So your interest, the bank the withholding tax and remit it to KRA on your behalf. Then we have capital gains. Capital gains, it's gains from the sale of capital assets, such as real estate, stocks, bonds, values. So these are subject to capital gains tax. So the rate of tax depends or varies depending on the type of asset and the duration of ownership. So ukiuza gari unalipa capital gains tax. Ukiuza shamba, we have royalties. So income received from royalties for use of intellectual property such as copyrights, patents, and trademark is taxable. So withholding tax is typically applied to royalty payments. So if I have a copyright, what's a copyright? What's a patent? What's a trademark? We call them intellectual properties. Okay? If I have a copyright, around utaka kuitumia, utanilipa kitu kidogo, isn't it? Copyright is given to musicians and authors of books. So this book, you cannot copy it in any way. Sasa, if I want to reproduce it, niwaombe hii consent, wataniambia tunacharge this much. Okay? That's an income to them. Okay? That income is subject to the tax. Pamoja. Yeah. Then commissions and bonuses. So if you earn a bonus or a commission, in addition to your regular salary, you remove it. Okay. At the end of the year, unakuwa na bonus. Okay. End year, unafanya end year party. Kuna watu wa sales, wanapewa salary na commission. You have pensions and annuities. An annuity is an amount that comes once. Okay? So the payment received from pensions, retirement funds, and annuities are generally subject to income tax. However, we have certain exemptions, or sometimes we apply deductions. So any pension, that is amount you get after retirement. Okay? That amount is subject to tax, but you have some regulations and you have some deductions that apply. Even the annuity. Annuity ni mali unapotaka uliweka insurance, life policy. Sindio? Itamachua after 10 years. So that day it matures, utapata hiyo annuity. Okay? Alafu ukishaipata lazima ulipe tax. So then we have farming and agricultural income. And you have foreign. The income generated from farming and agricultural activities, including the sale of crops, livestock, it is subject to taxation. Then foreign incomes. So you have Kenyan residents. They are generally required to report and pay taxes on their worldwide income. So, although we have something we call the foreign tax credits and double taxation relief for foreign incomes, but a person is supposed to pay taxes on their worldwide income. If kuna pesa inatoka nje, maybe you are a lecturer, ulienda uka lecture university somewhere, ama ukafanya research, ukatoa project, okay? Wakati mmoja ukiwa US, okay? That university recognizes you, such that every year it gives you 100,000. Okay? That's a foreign income. So that income is subject to tax, but we have provisions for foreign tax credits and double taxation relief. Then we have directors' fees. Yeah. So directors of companies, they receive fees for their services. These are subject to taxation. So the services, the director's fees, it's an income. Then you have other sources. So other sources of taxable income, they include what? Lottery winning, gambling winning, and other income that is not specifically exempted by Kenya taxes. So ukishinda saa hii avieta unalipata